The Medusa Widowmaker skin is finally here, and today we're going to be deciding if the skin is worth it or not. So right now, in the item shop, we have the Medusa Widowmaker Bundle that comes with the Medusa. We have this petrified hammy souvenir, which is freaking cute, and then this highlight intro, which is also phenomenal. And all of this is 2,200, and normally the skin itself would be 1,900. Since this is a legendary skin, you do have to pay 1,900 for the skin itself. So anyways, let's go check this thing out in the locker. So the first thing I want to talk about are these snakes, bro. I mean, look how freaking phenomenal those things are. They have the scales on there. We have some like snakes actually sticking out the front of the head, which is very interesting. I'm kind of glad they did that. I mean, that is very awesome. You can actually see how the snakes actually move on their own. I mean, I'm not touching anything and they're moving by themselves. It's awesome. But they do have that jiggle physics on them as well. We have the snakes. They're just green snakes with a little like light green undertone with the little orange eyes there. It is phenomenal. I don't know who this is, but it is wrapped in a black snake with kind of like gold on it. It kind of, I don't know if this is it, but it kind of might be Mimir. It just kind of looks familiar. I've played God of War, so that's kind of why that's coming from there. But we do have that black snake with gold actually wrapping all the way around this left arm right here. I mean, that is freaking phenomenal. Down the gauntlet we actually have, this is where she actually spits out that venom mine. And of course, it's a snake. We have a little gold snake on here, a little gold snake right here, and in the middle is where it actually spits out that venom mine, which is such an interesting, like, that is so cool. That, I mean, snakes, some snakes do have the venom in there, and that is awesome. We have the purple little gems right here at the top and bottom, and this snake actually has purple eyes as well as its, like, color scheme. We have a black brace underneath with the scales on there as well. Oh, that's phenomenal. She has this really cool skin because it is a snake, and most snakes you would like picture them to be green. So that is exactly what this skin is. She is just green. She has this cool little like purple nails. I mean, look at those. They're just like spiky. They look freaking cool. And what's very interesting is on this arm, instead of her having like that brace that we see over here, she actually has a snake tattoo. Look at that. It's like all blacked out, and the snake is actually on her actual skin. The tattoo is actually just the black outline. It is so cool. I mean, that's legit so beautiful. And she does have another one of those like little braces right here, but this one doesn't have the scales on it, and instead she just has a golden snake wrapping all the way around her arm with the purple little gems that we've seen. I mean, she has this cool little like white toga on. I think that might be the correct term for this, with the gold snakes also going down. I mean, look at that. She has like a serpent belly right here, kind of like how these do on the bottom. You can actually see it's not scales, but it's like the segments of the body. They actually go all the way up, and it's that white undertone of the green that you see on the bottom of the snakes. I mean, it is so cool. We have a cool little purple emerald gemstone right here that goes all the way around the side, and the little neck actually goes all the way up here. We have some more white cloth around the back with that gold leaf on there as well. Anyways, let's check out this face. So on the face, she has the color tone of the bottom of the snakes, which is very interesting. I'm very surprised that it's not like the darker green that we've seen, but I mean, it does look really cool. She has the cool little freckles on there in green. She has little snake eyes, which is phenomenal. She has this cool little crown on as well with snake eyes on both sides of it, and I think that's kind of like to signify her turning people to stone, but it has that purple on there that we've seen, purple gemstone right in the middle, and again, like that snake hair that we've seen all throughout the skin itself. But going on down to the waist, we have this cool little belt with gems all the way around it. I mean, look at that. It even kind of dangles down the middle. And this is part of the ripped toga, which is so cool. And it's kind of on brand of Widowmaker in general. So that is phenomenal. On her thigh, we actually have another one of those golden snakes. It actually wraps all the way around with the purple little gems on it. And this is very hidden, but on the other leg, that has a snake that's kind of coiled down just a little bit less tight. So it's not as tight as this one is. And this one's more spread out. And it actually goes all the way up, like almost all the way up the leg. It's actually hidden by this broken piece of toga, and you probably would never see that, but they did put it up there, which is very interesting. You can still see the purple gems on there. They totally could have cut that off and nobody would have ever noticed it, but it is up there. And if you remember, this arm has the tattoo on it, and this leg has the tattoo on it, and we actually have that Greek pattern that we've seen throughout most of the Greek skins, like these little waves. It kind of look like waves, but they're kind of just blocky lines. And down here, I don't really know what this pattern is right here. It kind of just looks like plants. I really wish it would have been like a snake. That would have been really, really, really cool. But we do have some more gold like bracelets down here on the bottom of her leg. And this has a face turned to stone on the kneecap. Oh, that is so cool. And it actually looks like the snakes are all over the face as well. There's some snakes right here, some snakes as the hair, snakes on the other side, just giving it some more little gold leaf details. I mean, I love that. And at the very bottom, we just have those red, scaly shoes. So now that we've looked at the skin, let's take a look at the Widow's Kiss gun. And what I really love about this, first off, is half wooden, like, gun, and then half stone. Which is totally on brand for Medusa. I mean, that is freaking phenomenal. Look at that. So let's talk about the part that is actually colored first. So at the top, we actually have that red that we've seen throughout the skin with the gold going all the way around it. And it actually has the wooden detail as well, which is very interesting. So we have kind of a broken wood. You see chips all in it, so it's not perfect by any means. We have some more of that gold. We actually even have bronze throughout the skin as well. So like on the sight line, right here on the sides. Some more stone actually in the middle of the gun where the chamber is. I mean, look at that. That is phenomenal. We have some gold details right here. You know, I'm surprised that these aren't snakes. It kind of just looks like fig leaves and vines, and I don't know what this is, like a shield or something. I kind of wish those would have been snakes, but I mean, they're there. We have the sightline that is like literally a telescope. That is so clever. That is literally so clever. That is a legit like telescope. Anyways, back to the back, we have this thing that is made out of stone. And you can see the leaf patterns actually going all throughout the skin, and it's turned to stone, and it is cracking, and that is freaking cool. But anyways, now that we looked at the skin of the gun, let's go ahead and take out and look at some of these emotes. We have Curtain Call, Delighted, Shot Dead, Widow's Kiss, Graceful Stroll, At Rest, Fan Tricks, Ballet. And on to the victory poses, we have Activating Visor, Gaze, Over the Shoulder, Metal, RIP, Toast, Poised, Fans, and Surveillance. And lastly, for the highlight intros, we have Messing Around, or Hanging Around, Under the Mistletoe, Death Stare. This is the one that comes with the skin. Phenomenal, that is so cool. I See You, Swinging into Action. And finally, the Itsy Bitsy Spider. So with all of that, let's go ahead and check out this golden gun. So this is what it looks like before, and this is what it looks like after. And honestly, I really feel like this takes off a good chunk of points just for the fact that you don't see that like stone there anymore. I mean, you can tell it's there because it definitely goes from the stone like texture to the wooden texture up here at the top. I am glad that they kept the red on the gold. I mean, that does look really, really, really cool. But without the stone on there, the gun just looks a little boring. So anyways, yeah, let's check this thing out in game. Let's check out this animated intro for Widowmaker. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, she looks freaking cool. Look at that statue right there. And the snake is going over the mouth. That is phenomenal. And this purple here, the snake eyes, is actually her visor. I didn't realize that's what that was, but that is so cool. I mean, that is freaking phenomenal. I love the snakes. I mean, up close, the snakes have such a cool detail on them. You can just see the colors are phenomenal. You can actually see there's actually a few different color snakes as well. There's kind of like a blue, a green, and a dark green. So cool, mad props. All right, let's check this thing out in game. I aim to petrify. That is a new voice line. Phenomenal. I love that. So anyways, let's check this thing out. First off, let's talk about that hand. You can see the purple finger like nail with that green hand. But anyways, onto the gun, you can see that wood. But what really sucks is you can't see the stone at all on this gun. Like literally nowhere on this gun can you see stone except for a tiny pebble on the back of it. You can't see it at all, but the color does look really, really, really pretty in game. I mean, look at that red with the gold. I think that is just phenomenal with that bronze. But I really love the rusted features that actually you can see on the telescope. It actually moves, the glass actually moves depending on which way you're turning. It has the cool glare on there. The bronze and the gold get off that really cool shimmer. But anyways, this is what it looks like when we actually melee. And that is where you can actually see her tattooed sleeve right there, plus the marble part of the gun. I mean, that is so cool. I mean, it really does look really pretty in game. I just wish you could see it when you were in first person like this and not trying to hit somebody over the head. This is what our hello looks like. It's so cool. You can see that gauntlet barely down there with that purple-eyed snake. All right, this is what our Venomine looks like. Oh my gosh, and it actually changes too. Normally they don't actually even change this, so I'm glad that they changed this. I mean, look at that. It is green like the snakes with that Venomine in there as well. This is what our graph looks like when we're actually going. Phenomenal. Okay, well, this is what it looks like when we're actually shooting. Our reload animation, throw that in there. Let's throw that Venomine again. You can actually see it coming out of the mouth of that snake. And scoped in. Nothing spectacular about this, but we do have this thing. Anyways, let's check out this ult. Maybe she gives us a different voice line.
No one can hide.
No one can hide from my sights. But I will say, at least we got that unique voice line for the other thing. So now that we've pretty much gone through her entire kit and everything, let's talk about this skin. Negatives first. You know, I really wish the gold skin, or the gold skin for the gun, was a little bit better. I really feel like they could have done something, like somehow kept that marble on there with that, you know, I really wish it could have like gone from marble and faded into the gold. That would have been so super cool. You know, I really am not a big fan of not being able to see the marble in game either. There's a current theme here with not seeing marble everywhere. Anyways, I don't know. I really wish we could have gotten a better voice line for that ult. I would have been really cool. But I mean, those are literally like some of the only complaints that I have about the skin. I genuinely think that this is such a cool skin. I love the green skin we have on it. I love the snakes on the hair. It is so super duper cool. I mean, that is phenomenal. I love that the snakes aren't even just one singular color either. I will say I do love the gun going from marble to the wooden, gold, bronze stuff that we have on here. It is such a cool concept, and even though I know that's not how it works canonically, that is how it works in Overwatch, and I love that. I love that they even use a telescope as the sight on this gun. That is such a cool little detail right there. And I also love that they put snakes all throughout the skin, even if they are just decorative, and they're gold snakes, they look phenomenal. And so, you know, I'm gonna rate this skin like, this skin straight up gets a 9.5 out of 10 for me. This skin is so beautifully done. Like, it is such a good skin, such a good skin. And I think this skin is 100% worth it, all the freaking way. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all later.